What's going on, guys? Flickify here, and welcome to a very special video for me to make. We've now surpassed 5,000 subscribers on this channel, and as promised, I said I would do a Q&A, but rather than just doing a traditional question and answer video, I wanted to incorporate the comments and questions that I received into a bit of a story on some of the background on myself, YouTube, and the future for this channel. While making this Q&A, I tried to incorporate every single question I was asked into the story that I'm going to be telling, and I apologize if I don't show your question directly, but I really did try to incorporate the concept behind every question into at least one of my answers. Before we get into the actual Q&A, I do want to touch a little bit on what YouTube has meant to me over the last few years, and specifically thank a couple of people that have made a really large impact on me during my time on YouTube. And to begin with, I want to start by thanking Hasenka. He was one of the first subscribers that actually reached out to me. And, you know, we started talking on Skype, and he really helped me out with some of my first initial video ideas. And although we don't talk as much anymore, I see him pop up every now and then, which makes me smile, and I really hope he's doing well in life. The next person I want to thank is Pepsi FIFA. Since about 2 years ago or so, he started to show a lot of confidence in the kind of videos I was making. And to see him do as well as he's been doing, I think he's over 50,000 subscribers now, just makes me really happy because I think he fully deserves it. And he even pops up every now and then, and I really appreciate it when he does come and stop by the videos. Even though he's well past my subscriber base, he's really stayed down to earth. And really, in my opinion, hasn't changed since when we were, you know, starting out on YouTube with 1,000 subscribers or so, or 2,000 subscribers. So really want to thank him for that. And finally, the last YouTuber I want to thank specifically is Bama Striker. He really helped me out when I wasn't feeling the best about YouTube. About 6 months ago was really the turning point for YouTube, in my opinion. I wasn't happy, and I'd actually made a video that I didn't release. I had it as unlisted, where I was going to switch channels. I just didn't see any future for this Flickify channel. You know, I just didn't see very much potential for this channel, and I wasn't believing in myself. And he personally reached out to me and was willing to offer some advice and just was willing to listen, which means a lot to me. And that's something I would recommend to you guys. If you see someone who is struggling, just offer to reach out and listen. That's a lot of the times that's all they need. And that was something Bama Strike was willing to do for me, and I'm really appreciative of that. Lastly, I just want to generally thank all of the people that have commented and really interacted with me over the last 2.5 years. Lately, I've been interacting with some new YouTube creators on YouTube, and FIFA creators, and networking a little bit more, and it's really been exciting because I see a lot of potential for this FIFA community. I think this career mode community has really started to take off in recent months, and I see really good things for this channel as well as the FIFA 15 career mode community. Alright, with all that said, let's get into some background information about myself. My first name is Jason. My last name or my surname is Flick, hence Flickify. A lot of people do call me Flick in real life, and then a lot of my closer friends do call me Jason. I really don't care which one. I'm totally fine with both of them. A lot of people on YouTube do refer to me as Flick, though. And with the next question was what my age is. I just turned 21 a couple of months ago, so if you guys don't know, that is the drinking age here in the United States. So to answer that question, I am still a bit of a noob when I'm ordering drinks in the bar, but some of my personal favorites are a nice dark rum or a beer in general. I'm not too picky when it comes to alcohol, but hopefully here in the coming months and the coming years, I get a better taste for what to order. I'm actually going into my last year of university at the University of Washington, majoring in international studies, which is a bit of a broader degree than some of the more technical degrees like nursing or computer science, to name a few. But it's something that I've really enjoyed since starting taking courses for it. And to give you guys a little bit of background information on it, what it tries to do is get a global perspective on a number of topics. I'm actually going into the foreign policy track, if you guys know what that is. So basically, I'm trying to learn more about the world as a whole and kind of incorporate that into a number of different things. I do try to follow some of the other colleges in the country, so if I had to choose between the two, I think I would consider myself more of an Alabama Crimson Tide fan. Seeing how successful they've been the last couple of years, they're always fun to watch. And living in Seattle, of course, I support my local sports team. My local soccer team is the Seattle Sounders, so if I had to say one team, that would be the team I support in the MLS. My favorite player from them currently is Clint Dempsey. because he is the American dream. But in the past, my favorite player was Fredy Montero. He actually plays in the Liga Portuguesa, I think for Sporting, not positive on that. But he was an amazing player when he played for the Sounders, and it was really sad to see him go, but I was really also very happy to see him move on to a better league. And over the last couple of years, I've been seeing soccer or football grow quite a bit here in the US, almost exponentially, seeing the growth of the MLS, bringing in a lot of bigger name players. You can look at some of the older players that have recently started to come in ever since David Beckham joined. That really kickstarted things, and now we see the likes of Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Andrea Pirlo, or even Stefan Giovinco coming to the MLS and really making a large impact on the league. But if I had to meet one person in particular, I would love to meet some of my local sports announcers. For me personally, someone I grew up watching was Dave Niehaus. He was a broadcaster for the local baseball team, the Seattle Mariners, and I just grew up watching him on my little TV in my room, and the passion that he brought into his career was just amazing. And even the Macklemore song, My Oh My, whenever I hear that song and I hear the little bit of Dave Niehaus at the start, it gives me goosebumps every time. And whenever a song can do that, you know it's a special song and it brings back certain memories. When it comes to international football, I tend to follow the Bundesliga more than any other league, just because I have a really strong connection to the German national team. That was really the only sort of football that I watched in previous years. Only recently have I started to watch more of the BPL and some of the other leagues such as the Serie A, Liga BBVA, etc., etc. But I've always had a strong connection to the German national team. And if I had to pick one team that I would support, it would be the German national team, because the connection I feel whenever I watch them, whether I'm watching it with a crowd in Germany or whether I'm just watching at home, is just immense. And I do love watching me some German football. Now moving forward into the YouTube aspect of this story time, I did start YouTube in my first year of university. I was having a bit of a rough time in my first year. It's a very interesting aspect when you first start university, because you're leaving your friend group that you created in high school, and back then I had a kind of a hard time making friends. I wasn't the most sociable person, and I wasn't the most confident person either, and that's something YouTube has really helped me grow quite a bit. And now it's really not a big deal making new friends and meeting new people. It's just not as difficult for me anymore. But that's the reason I started YouTube, is because I began watching YouTube in, I think, late 2009 when Modern Warfare 2 was released. I hadn't really known about gaming on YouTube until then, but then I started watching some of the Modern Warfare 2 people, and the likes of Hutch, C-Nanners, That Guy Who Camps, Sam5000, the Trout 91, just to name a few. And I just began falling in love with the gaming aspect of YouTube and really started watching Call of Duty videos. Sam5000's FIFA 11 Road to Glory was the first FIFA videos or FIFA series that I began watching, and it was the first one I was really hooked on. I didn't get into career mode until FIFA 13 actually, and believe it or not, it was Cal Freezy's QPR career mode that I was really hooked on, and that's the one that gave me the motivation to actually make a FIFA career mode channel. I started off making Call of Duty, but I wanted to do both Call of Duty and FIFA, which is an interesting concept. Personally, I think that you can either take one game and make your channel focused around that game, or play a wide variety of games. I think that is the most successful recipe to being successful on YouTube. Around the winter of my freshman year, I started to get the basic supplies to start doing YouTube videos, and you only need a couple of supplies to start making videos. There's a lot of accessories that you can add on, but there's just a few things that you need to start creating content. The first one that you need, and the most important one in my opinion, is your game capture system. For me, the premier one and the only one I would recommend using is the Elgato. If you don't have one yet, I would recommend getting the 60 FPS one, because that's the standard now, and I'm going to be upgrading to that here pretty soon and before FIFA 16. The next thing you need is a microphone. I did get the Samsung Meteor mic. That was my first microphone, and it did pretty well until I broke it. I've gone through a couple of microphones now. I'm on my second one, I guess. So I started with that one, and now I've moved over to the Audio-Technica AT2020, which is a very solid microphone and one that I've loved using so far. It gives that really broadcaster feel. And the next thing you need is your editing software. Let me see, I have the Sony Movie Studio was the first one that I used. And since I've switched over to Adobe Premiere, which is my preferred software, but it really doesn't matter too much what you use, whatever is most comfortable for you, and I would definitely not recommend getting the most expensive one right off the start. Besides those things, you just need a game system to capture your footage on, and of course a laptop or PC to do your editing. And other than that, that's all you really need to start making videos. And to all of you prospective YouTubers or people that are just starting making videos on YouTube, I would recommend you just start creating. That is the best thing and the best advice I can give you in regards to making videos. Of course, there are a couple things that you can do to help your YouTube channel. You can be consistent in your uploading, making sure you upload on specific days, whether it be once a week, twice a week, every day, doesn't matter. Be consistent so your audience knows when to check back in on your videos. In addition, you have to be doing YouTube for the right reasons. You're not going to be getting a lot of views when you first start making videos, but that's okay because you should be making videos because you enjoy making videos. Having an audience to watch them is an extra benefit. And something I can recommend to you guys is if you stick with it and you are really passionate about the videos you're doing and you're enjoying the actual process of creating the videos, the audience will come. Whether it's going to be 5 people or 10 people or 100 people, it will come in time, and I can promise you that you will get an audience. However, if you are making career mode videos, one thing I can recommend is for you to choose a team that hasn't already been featured by someone else on YouTube. You'd be surprised by how many people will find your videos just because you're the only person doing career mode videos for that team in particular. For me in FIFA 13, my York City career mode brought in a lot of people that watched York City in real life, and then they found my channel through that process. Another tip is to really enjoy the process of making videos. For me, when I was doing a career mode review on my favorite FIFA 15 career mode player, Lacazette, it was one of my more popular videos because I think people could tell that I really enjoyed playing with him and making a review for him, and people can tell that when they're watching a video, whether you really enjoy the process of making it. Another piece of advice I can give is to incorporate what you're good at into your videos. For example, if you're really good or you think you're really good at doing live commentaries, do some live commentaries for your videos, see how they're received, and if your audience enjoys them, do more of them. And the final piece of advice I can give is to treat each one of your viewers as an individual. That means replying to their comments, and especially at the start, when they're giving advice or comments on what they would like to see for the videos, really take those to heart because they are the base for your subscriber group, and if you listen to them, I can promise you that others will really see that and want to be part of that group. And generally speaking, the main things that are important in life are also important to YouTube. That means sticking to your word. When you say you're going to finish a series, like I've said, I'm going to finish my FIFA 15 York City series, make sure you actually do, or when you say you're going to do a career mode review, actually do it. And for all you guys that are asking when I'm going to do Sula, I'm going to be doing it in my next batch of players, I promise, and you'll be seeing that soon. And when you're not making videos, try to play some games outside of the content that you're producing. Personally, I like to play other sports games. Every now and then I play Madden. I like to play the Halo Master Chief Collection. I recently just picked that up, and I've been playing with friends a lot recently. And I'm looking to get into Rocket League because that looks like an insanely fun game. Now it's time for the future, and the first point I want to make is that regardless of what kind of content is released in FIFA 16, I'm going to be enjoying the game regardless, and I'm going to be making the best of what I have. For example, if I did have to choose between having hot dog arms or having Greek yogurt for saliva, I think I would pick the hot dog arms because you have to be making the best of what you have. If I had those hot dog arms, I'd be offering hot dogs up to pretty much every single person and just making the best of what you have. That's so important on YouTube and in life because people see that you're doing the best with what you got, and in my opinion, that's the only important thing. People realize that, and at the end of the day, we're all just trying our best. I am open to doing Ultimate Team in FIFA 16, but if I did, I think I would do more one-off episodes where I feature a certain player or a certain kind of team or squad builder rather than doing a certain series because career mode is going to be the main focus of my channel, and I don't have the most time to be creating content every single day, and if I do, I've got to be putting a lot of focus into career mode. It is incredibly difficult to predict growth on YouTube. I wouldn't have expected that I would have been at 5,000 subscribers right now, so it's difficult to say when I'm going to hit 10,000 subscribers. But one thing I can recommend to you guys, and something that you can incorporate in your own life, is to set ambitious goals, because even if you don't achieve those goals, you're going to end up somewhere that is not a bad result. So for my goal to hit 10,000 subscribers, it's going to be by the end of this year. I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve that, but hey, if I do, and I really do work toward it. I think it could happen. Outside of YouTube, I really do want to see more of the world. There's a few countries that I do want to see, or the first ones that I'm going to be seeing. It's got to be the United Kingdom, it's got to be Australia, and it's got to be some of the Asian countries. I've really only seen a certain portion of Europe, and that certain portion being Central Europe and Germany, and those countries that are kind of bordering it like France and Austria. But I want to see more of the world, and that's something I do hope to do once I finish university. Well guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope the video did turn out as well as I envisioned. This is something a little bit different. Rather than answering each question individually, I hope to have kind of incorporated them all and tell a bit of a story. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know by leaving a like, and if you want to see some more question and answers in the future, I wouldn't mind doing so. Just let me know down in the comments section below. But again, thank you all so much for the support you've been giving me over the last 2.5 years. Now we're at 5,000 subscribers. And who knows where we can go from here. The possibilities are endless. But again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for 5,000 subscribers. And until the next video, this has been Flickify. I'll be talking to you all again soon.